Hello everyone, welcome back to the new episode of Prime Coding. Recently we have our podcast with Adarsh Kulkarni who belongs to our community and he had cracked TCS Digital role recently. So today also we have another guest who had cracked TCS Digital role from Maharashtra Pune and he has also received the offer letter from TCS and he also belongs to our Prime Coding community. What do you mean by community? Guys, if you have not joined the Telegram group, please, I'm welcoming you to join a Telegram group so that you can share your experiences. And if you have cracked any of the role and you want to tell about yourself, the stage is open for you. You can just reach out to us. And yes, today we are with Adarsh Bora who have recently cracked TCS Digital and will ask them what all resources he had followed to ace his interview, what all cheat sheet, what all tips that he want to give you so that you can also crack offers like Adarsh. So let's start this podcast. But before going to the podcast, please subscribe the channel if you have not, like it, subscribe, share with your friends so that everyone will get to know about this podcast and we'll start this podcast. So hello Prime Coding family, we have today Adarsh Bora who has recently cracked TCS NQT digital role. He will let us know everything that you should able to grasp when this podcast is going on and try to make some notes so that it will help you to crack future TCS NQT opportunities. Okay, the tips, the secrets, everything will reveal in this particular podcast. So hello Adarsh, how are you?
Hello, I'm fine. How are you doing, Aditya? Thank you for inviting me in this channel and I'm very much honored to be here.
Oh yeah, so I'm also fine and I'm very happy to know that you have cracked the digital role because when we met very first time, we didn't able to spend much time, but now we have ample amount of time. We can sit together and talk. Okay. So what we will discuss Adarsh here is what was your preparation journey before TCS and QT exam when you have started, then when you have got a notification of exam, moving forward when you have got result and your interview experiences. Great.
Okay.
So, starting with the very first question, Adarsh, please let us, our public, know what you are doing, in which stream you are in, from which state that you appeared for TCS.
Okay. So my name is, first of all, I will introduce myself. My name is Adarsh.
Yeah.
I have recently completed my graduation from PES Modern College of Engineering, Pune. I opted for Electronics and Telecommunication Engineering, which I completed recently in May. Yes, so that was it.
Okay, great, Adarsh. So let us know from which particular location you have given the TCS exam.
Okay, so I have given my TCS exam from Pune. So Pune has 1 to 2 test centers in Hardapsar. So yes, I have given test from there.
Okay. So asking the very first question, when you have started preparing for TCS NQT 2024?
So my preparation was not particularly for the TCS. I was preparing more for all the companies which are based on which has good packages. I have started my journey from started my preparation from the second year of my college. In that I have started for preparing for DSA and web development. Web development was not very consistent, but I was consistent on my DSA part. So I used to solve problems. I followed Love Babbar Bhaiya's playlist. I first of all saw all the videos and tried to grasp the concept of the DSA, how it works and why it works. So with the time I solved problems by problems on LeetCode, GFG and Code Studio. So this was my journey. I prepared for 2 years for that. I have solved 400 to 500 problems overall. But the crux was that I was not into solving much problem. I was more into understanding the concepts, that how it is solved. So I think that helped me in this.
Okay. So in TCS exam, basically we have some sections. Can you let us know the pattern of TCS that you have seen in the exam?
Okay. So pattern was, the first of all is your basic aptitude exam. In aptitude exam, you got technical round, you got aptitude question, you got verbal questions. That is for basic. That is the first section of the test. In the second section is advanced section. In advanced section, there is a aptitude which is of advanced level. It has around 15 question, I guess. And there are 2 coding questions, which one is of easy and one is of easy to hard, medium to hard. But the crux of it is that the compiler had some issue. The TCS compiler had some issue in it. Like when I ran the second code, the first code ran smoothly. I passed all the test cases. But in the second problem, the problem was that I was able to code. Like I was able to understand and grasp the problem, and I coded that problem. But still, due to some compiler issues, the TCS compiler cannot show your output of the code. Okay, so you need to check by yourself where the code is going wrong. So yes, I encountered that problem in my exam, and I was able to solve the partial problem. Like I was not able to solve all the test cases. The same code, I came home and I ran on my computer and it was working fine. So okay, you need to prepare for this. Like there can be chaos sometimes, but you need to prepare for this and stay positive throughout.
Okay, great. So please let us, our viewer, know from which shift you are from, which shift you have written.
So okay, I have given my exam on 29th of April, second shift.
Okay, 25th of April?
29th of April, second shift.
Okay, and the second shift question was also a bit, I guess, a bit manipulation question, is it?
No, it was not bit manipulation. Like you were given a fixed size window. You are given an array, and you need to find the maximum element of fixed sized window. Yeah, and you need to give an array in the output.
Okay, great. So those who don't understand the question, I have already created all the shift solution. You can just have a look on it. So yes, Adarsh. So moving forward to the aptitude part, most of the people who's watching you right now and you have cracked also, please guide them how they can study for their aptitude round, because many of the people were not thorough with the aptitude.
Okay, so talking about aptitude part, I have prepared, like I was preparing for all the companies that were being that were coming to my college. But due to recession this year, like not many companies attended our college. So I was preparing overall for every opportunity that I could get. So I was like, I knew that my exam was 15 days away from me. So I started my aptitude preparation 15 days back from my exam. First of all, I picked up all the previous year questions that were asked in TCS NQT exam. I noted them in my book. I am used to prepare the notes while I study anything. Like that helped me to revise at the last moment. And also I started taking notes of every previous question and patterns that were asked repeatedly. So yes, that's how I prepared for aptitude.
Great to know, Adarsh, your preparing strategy. Can you recommend some channels or some videos or some books that you have referred?
Okay, I have books takes a lot of time. You can't cover a book in 15 days. So I preferred YouTube channels because it is convenient. You can watch at your speed. You can watch anywhere. Like I was traveling on my bike or I was at gym sometimes. But still the earphones were still on and I was just listening to what the teacher says, what that YouTube video says. So I would prefer to see a video. You can search on YouTube that what are the previous year TCS NQT questions. There are so many videos uploaded already on YouTube. So you can refer them, take your notes and revise them thoroughly.
Okay, great. So do you found any questions that has been repeated or pattern was same what you have faced on YouTube?
Yeah. Much of the questions that were asked were patterns that were repeated from the previous year questions. So you need just you just need to know what is going to be asked in the exam. You just need to see the pattern in the previous year papers and you would get to know what can I get asked in the exam.
Okay. So it is very nice to see that you were able to fetch the pattern that is already being asked in TCS NQT and it itself helped you to crack the aptitude round. Great to know about your preparation strategy and recommendations. So with a quick doubt, in gym when you are lifting weights, then how you are figuring out which formula has been applied and how you are getting the stuffs?
Okay, so I knew aptitude. I was not it was not like that key. I was not aware about it. I was aware about the aptitude, what is going to be asked, and I have revised it for the previous companies 1 to 2 times. I have seen what is going to be asked, and what I need to do. I just needed to revise it and brush up my skills at the time. So I knew that what was coming and why did we use this formula. And in exam, the situation is very challenging and it is time bounded. So you cannot spend so much time on a single problem. So you need a problem that you can solve in a minimum time. That is the main strategy. You will get easy problems and so much media. But if you waste time solving the hard problems, then it will get difficult you to solve all the problems in the given time.
Okay. Great to know, Adarsh. So can you range the aptitude difficulty from easy to hard?
Yeah, for basic aptitude exam, basic aptitude section, it was, I will say, around from difficulty, I will scale it down to 0 to 100. For basic aptitude, I will score it around 40 to 50. And for advanced aptitude, I will score it around 70 to 80.
Okay. So, how many questions were there in TCS and QT?
So, there were, I guess, four to five sections in the first basic aptitude in the first section. And there were around 25 questions that was of advanced aptitude questions. And 2 questions were of coding round. So, overall, there are distribution is in the basic section, the distribution is 25-15, 25-15 in this way. I cannot remember the exact numbers right now, but it is similar to this.
Yeah, we can also relate. After the exam, we usually tell. So we are knowing the exam.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, it's not an issue. So, okay, great. So I hope viewers, you have get a good idea what is the difficulty that you can face in the interview. It's depend upon preparation, I guess. How much preparing your aptitude section. Okay, so let's move forward to the technical question, the 2 programming questions. Okay, so give us few words on it.
So, it very easy. Nothing much difficult. If you have prepared a little, you will easily crack it. There is nothing to be worried about. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so few quick question, Adarsh. Have you solved the previous questions that has been asked in other shifts?
Yeah.
For 29th?
Yeah. Oh, I have solved that questions and I have I was checking my skills whether I am up to the mark or not.
Okay.
Those questions were giving me an idea where do I stand. So I was able to solve those problems which were asked in previous shifts before me. Yeah.
Okay. Because I remember that 29th is then April last, and throughout the April month, the sessions were continue going on of the TCS.
Session started at 26th of April. It did happen at 26, 27, 28. Not 28 also, it only happened at 26, 27th, and then 28 I was, it does not happen, and it happened on 29. So I got the question from 2 days and I knew the difficulty that they were asking.
Okay, great. So have you figured out the previous shifts that you have watched? Do the question making any sense, relatable, or the pattern was continuing?
Yeah, the questions you can only prepare for strings and array. You can crack both the coding questions. I knew the question was coming from the array and the string part. So I have prepared for all the data structure, but at the time I knew that I need to only focus on string and arrays. So I revised all the problems that I had done previously, and I also saw some new questions and the questions that were asked in previous exams of TCS and QT. So I prepared and brushed up my skills from strings and array, and that helped me in the exam.
Okay. So have you took any courses or something to prepare for?
No, I did not pick any course. I like to learn by myself all the things, and I like to utilize the resources according to me. So yes, I did not take any courses or anything for preparing.
Yeah. I guess nowadays everything is available on the internet. You just need, you are just a way of search. You can search it and everything it is in your hand. Yeah, great. Yeah, please.
You just need to know what you want and you will get it. It is not like you don't know what you want, you will not get it. If you know the destination, then only you can get to it and then only you can find a way. So yes, that is it.
Okay, Adarsh. So after giving your exam, whole exam, so when after your exam, like how many weeks does TCS took to release like you were selected for the interview and all? How much time it took?
Okay, so my it my exam took place at 29th of April, and I received a mail that I have been shortlisted for the digital role. It came around 6th of June, and the interview call came just before the day of interview. Like I received the email at 5 to 6 p.m. previous day of my interview. Yes, that you know that thoroughly.
Yeah.
What did happen
Yeah.
that night? Yes. So yes, I just called you that I need an interview. I just need to schedule a mock interview immediately because I have my interview tomorrow.
Yeah, and it was in midnight. I guess 9:30. I guess we had a quick session.
We had a
Yeah.
half hour of session.
So, viewers, there is a quick feedback. Like, you are not being very particular with your interview date. Okay, it might be you are sleeping in night and you get to know about your interview is tomorrow morning or in the something like that. Is it other?
Yes, it is like that. You need to prepare for every situation. Like the college where I gave my interview, they know that the interview is going to take place in 3 to 4 days. But some colleges do not inform the students that your interview is being scheduled and you need to prepare for it. But when the call came, like when I was shortlisted for the digital role and when I was shortlisted for the interview at 6th or 7th of June, I started preparing from the same day. And I started revising all the notes that I took previously. That helped me. The most important thing is like you need to concise your all the information and grasp it. You cannot like take whole ocean with you. You need to take a bucket of water. So you need to know what is handy in that exam. So all the notes that I took previously that I studied, I started revising it on the same day. And I kept revising until my interview was scheduled. So I was not much worried about the interview because I was prepared for it.
Yeah, great. And also about the representation skill that we have also spoken in the mock session. Like, you were lagging in few aspects, I guess, in the project when I've asked you how you can define your project. Yeah, and few more. Okay, we'll come over it very particularly. So let us know about what all things that you have figured out. Right now, you have said the study is like ocean. You can't carry it with you, but you need to have a bucket of water with you. So what do you mean a bucket of water and what all topics, what's handy to you?
Okay, so I mean like if you are preparing when the interview is not scheduled, you have time, you have 2 to 3 months. Start preparing from the same time. Do the basics and the questions that you are going to be asked in the interview. Like suppose questions from computer fundamentals, like it is a vast subject. You need to study it in deep because you don't know what is going to be asked in the interview. Okay, you need to study it in deep first of all. Then when time comes to give the interview or when it is like 4 to 5 days away from the your interview, you need to start revising it. You cannot study whole part at that time and you cannot take a risk of studying all the things that in a 4 to 5 days. You cannot take that risk. You need to prepare it before and after that in the remaining days you need to just revise this. Don't learn anything new because it will just confuse you in the interview. As the interviews, like talking about the interview was I had a little anxiety when I gave the interview because being my first interview in offline, yes, I had a little anxiety and the pressure sometimes creates such that way that you need to face anxiety. You should be prepared for that. The chaos something will happen and you need to prepare for it. So if you are like grasping all the things at the end moment, you will just confuse it over there. So you don't need to do so much in the last days. You just need to revise, prepare before. And when you get to the interview, like my interview scheduled on 11 p.m., like 11 a.m., I reached there around 9 to 9:30 a.m. Okay. So my interview scheduled on 11 a.m. But it did not seeing the number of students. My interview was actually taken on 6 p.m. in the evening. Like I need to wait 9 to 10 hours over there to give the interview. And there you could not get all the facilities that you get on home. So you need to prepare for that also. कि वहाँ में जाके सब अच्छा होगा, this is not expected, okay, anything can happen. So yes, you need to stay positive. You need to like control your anxiety, and you need to give the interview calmly.
Yeah, this is a great thing that you have mentioned. Not only you, many students had their interview at 7 p.m., 7:30 p.m. It's like waiting in the morning till the evening. It's a very hectic. And those who have anxiety, they would be just struggling with all the time. Like how, when my, because they're also not telling you when your turn will come. They're just calling in the hall. You need to come down.
Like I sat in my hall. The hall was full of students for the digital role. Okay, the hall was full of students. The people started going at around 11 to 12 p.m. They started to go for the interview. And the whole class became empty till my interview comes. So you need to prepare for that. Like you need to keep in mind that there is nothing certain about it. There is nothing certain. You need to prepare for the uncertain things too.
Yeah, definitely. So let's hop into your interview experience. How many panelists were there? How long it was?
Okay. So there was one TR, one MR and one HR. The TR and MR took my interview at the same time, and then I was interviewed by the HR. So talking about when I entered TR and MR, they asked me about my introduction. They checked my resume. The resume was in their hand. They checked my resume. They saw all the things that I mentioned in my resume. And they started asking me that, give me your introduction. So I introduced myself. And one funny thing that I mentioned that I exercise daily and go to the gym from past 2 years. Okay, so this was the catch in my interview, which I introduction, which I told to them. So the interview, I seemed interviewer a little happy at that moment when I talked about this hobby. And the first question that he asked me, so what is this leg muscle called? He pointed at his leg and he told me what was this leg muscle called, because you are like exercising from past 2 years. Then I answered him that is that leg muscle called. Okay, so then he was happy and then he started the actual interview, which was TR. Yeah, that is technical interview.
Okay, so let's just some few topics or any subjects that you will recommend to the viewer so that they will make sure that before going to the interview, they will go through that topics.
Okay, talking about you need to have a basic fundamentals covered of your computer fundamentals covered. In that there are, resources are available on the internet. Like this channel, Prime Coding, also put so many resources on the internet. It helped me in the last time. I was not able to revise all the SQL queries. So I used to listen to his videos. That helped me in the revising SQL, all the queries. In the gym. This is the first I will say this, you can revise the SQL queries. All the SQL queries are important in the interview. I think this is the most hot topic that could be asked in the interview. The second hot topic is the language that you have mentioned, fundamentals of that language. This could be the second question that's going to be asked in the interview. First is going to be what you so they will ask you the language that you have mentioned in your resume. Prepare all the terms. The preparing for the terms is important. You need to prepare for each term. You need not to know how it works, why it works, and syntax. But you need to know that term. What does that term mean? Even if you do this, you will pretty much make it.
Okay. Let us know about which language you have used to code in TCS and QT, and which is your favorite language.
Yes, I am following Love Babbar Bhaiya's sheet. He follows C++. Yeah, I started with C++ and I'm continuing with C++. And it is my favorite language to code because it is easy to use, easy to interpret, and easy to see also.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, great.
So I want to add on the interview side, whatever you are mentioning in your resume, you should know about it. I mentioned my project and I only mentioned the topics that I have done and I know it thoroughly. I have mentioned that only, I have bolded that part which I have done, and the interview catch their attention at that part. So they asked me question on that part, and I was able to tell it. So you should know, you should direct the interview, not the interviewer, and that could easily be done with your resume. You just need to bold out some points which you know and which you can tell if he asks, and you just need to prepare on it thoroughly. The interview will ask the same question to you, and just you need to tell it, nothing much to worry about.
Yeah, great to know. So, can you tell us briefly what happened to your interview? What TR asked to you? What MR asked to you?
Yeah. Let's start. Starting was they asked me introduction. As I mentioned, I told my introduction, mentioned my hobbies and everything that is told in the introduction. So first question was that what is this leg muscle called? So I knew that leg muscle what is it called, and I told him what was it called. So after that he asked me to create a view, which is a little off topic SQL query. So he asked me, do you know Q? Do you know views? I told yes, I know views. So he asked me to write a syntax for it. But when I started writing, he asked me कि आपको सच में आता है? आता है तो ही लिखना. मैं बोला sir, like yes, I knew how to create a view, and I wrote the syntax and showed it to him. So it was happy. He was happy. Then he asked me questions on what was composite key and what was candidate key. So I have mentioned and I have like prepared for it, and I have told him the answer what was it. And he asked me some questions on my project. Then he came to my project. Then I mentioned that I have done authentication, authorization, and also I have prepared the CRUD operations in my e-commerce application that I have built on MERN stack. So he started asking me what was the difference between the authentication and authorization. Now I knew
Same question.
authentication. Yeah, the same question you have mentioned in your video.
The same question that I have asked you in the mock also. The very first thing that I can see was authorization and authentication.
Yeah. You told me the same day that prepare for it. So okay, I told him that what was authentication, what was authorization. Because I bolded that part that I have done authentication and I have done authorization, that catched his eye and he moved towards it. So he asked me, I told him, but I knew some extra information about it, like how I implemented it. Because I knew it, I confidently told him how I implemented it. I told him that I implemented it using controllers. I implemented it using middlewares in MERN stack. So he got impressed because I have given him an extra piece of information that was not intended by him. So I think that gives you an edge. Like if you know topic which you can explain to him very thoroughly and you know about it, you should tell that.
Definitely. Yeah, 100%.
Talking about now, moving on to now MR. MR asked me just a simple question. What is two-factor authorization that we use on our any mobile apps and devices? I told yes, I answered that question. And he asked about my family background. So I told him my family background. Yeah, yes, that was it.
Okay. So they have not asked you any programming or coding questions?
No, they just asked me to create the view.
Okay.
I have mentioned all the things that I have done in my DSA, that the number of problems I have solved out, the batches I have got. But they did not ask any question of data structures. And telling from my friend's also experience, he also has mentioned so many things about DSA that he has got this rank and he is good in DSA. He have mentioned so many things about DSA in his resume because he was good at it. But the interview asked him simple question to draw star patterns. He asked 3 to 4 patterns, but it was based on star patterns. That was very basic question. So yes, moving on to MR. MR asked me that two-factor authentication question. He asked me about my family background and they said like, thank you for interviewing. Like I greeted them and I just moved out from there.
Okay. Adarsh, let us know a few things. Like, how long was your interview? Like, full interview went?
Okay, so the TR and MR round went around 10 to 15 minutes.
Oh.
It depends on the time when your interview is conducted and the panel that is taking your interview. If you have mentioned that your core subject is Java, and I think pretty much of TCS people know how Java runs and have deep knowledge of Java, then they will ask you deep questions about it. It depends on the panel what he knows. If he knows the topic that you have mentioned in resume in deep, he will ask you that language in deep. So you need to prepare that you have mentioned. It depends on the panel. Yes, and yes, you can say there is a little luck also. If you are lucky enough that the languages that you have mentioned in your resume is not well aware about it, then you will have no problem in that interview.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Most of the TCS people are well versed with Java, so Java people get screwed there.
Yes,
I have heard somewhere. Okay.
I know that. I have heard from my friends too, and I know that that was going to happen.
Okay, okay. So, it was whole about your experience. So, is that center is away from your home?
Yeah, the center was around 25 kilometers from my home.
Okay,
Like
okay.
I like left my home at 8 a.m. in the morning and came back at 9 p.m. Like it was 13 hours of journey.
Okay, 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 okay.
Yeah.
We all the aspirants can relate. Whoever watching it and who I cracked with it.
And the previous day, I did not sleep at all because hardly slept. Not slept. I just rested for 10 to 15 minutes, and that was it. And I had
Why
no
this?
food. Like I carried some. I carried some food because I need as interview was scheduled. So like at the last moment. So I need to revise all the topics because if I wouldn't have revised all the topics, all the things that I have done previously, all the effort that I have took, it could not be utilized at the moment. So I need to utilize all the things that I have done. So I did not sleep that day and neither aati bhi nahi us din. So I stayed up all night. I revised all the things that I have done. I noted all the things I need to do. Talking one thing that I have done that helped me is when I got shortlisted from the interview, I watched about 10 to 15, like all the videos that I could get on the internet about what is being asked. And I found out the pattern that was being asked in the interview. And I noted all the points that was being asked. Okay, so I have notes, like I had one page that has all the topics that I need to prepare. And I am preparing all things, but the topics that I have mentioned in my that notes, I was preparing more for it. So yes, I have created that list, and I just used to check box that everything that is mentioned there. And yes, I made sure that nothing is left, and that's like that. That is how you can use it. Like use the resources that you got. Everything is present in front of you. You just need to use and use it.
Okay, okay, great, great, great. So, very nice to know. And you are lucky enough, though your interview went for 15 to 20 minutes, as well as your TR HR. And when you tell me,
Okay, talking about TR and MR went 10 to 15 minutes. HR took around 10 to 15 minutes. HR
So,
now
on and
was scheduled after an hour after my TR and MR. Yeah,
okay, okay,
it was around half an hour of interview.
yeah, a half hour of interview. I got it, got it. So, we have talked about everything, like whatever you have studied. So basically, you want to say is before going to the interview, try to check mark or create your own notes or a single-handed notes which you can revise in the last. Try to see each and every video which is present and has been asked in TCS and QT previous year, so that you can fetch the patterns. Is it?
Yeah. Face the pattern. Just note down all the things that you need to prepare and that you didn't know. Do that thing. See all the videos that you got. You will see the pattern. You see the matching pattern, and after you see the matching pattern, you just need to note all the points that you got and that you know are being asked in the previous year exams and previous year interviews. Just prepare for that topic and don't leave any topic behind. If you know this is asked from past 4 years, you need to do that. And it is not very difficult. I guess the pattern is very much of similar. So if you don't have enough time and you need to prepare in 1 to 2 days, you can do this thing. Just go on the internet, check all the patterns that you could get, prepare for the specific pattern, and I think you can crack it.
Yeah. Okay. Very, very nice to know about your whole strategy. So, like, I can also see, like, before your examination in the night at 9:45, we were sitting together, me, Yash, and you, and we are discussing about your resume and your whole situation. Okay, sir, I have got my best. I'm not able to get my whole session. So, talking about it, I can see the tense on your face. Oh, I got very less time. I was not able to utilize this knock. So, we have just talked about 40 to 45 minutes, fully asked to oriented to that. Oh, Adarsh, please do this. Do that. Otherwise, it will it will go somewhere. It will go somewhere. Just try to be on the specific topic. So, add something that you want to add.
Okay, talking about pre-recording a mock interview. It was great. It helped me a lot. It did help me a lot. Like I would recommend it to everyone and it is at very minimum cost. Like everyone should not face the interview at the same first time on the final exam. Like you need to prepare out for it, and it like the amount that they are charging is not very much. It is very less. I recommend it to everyone that everyone should take it. The points that he covered is that I was very much like it was very chaotic that night because I need to do everything from preparing my clothes to my grooming and everything, preparing my documents. I could not, after the mail came, I could not prepare to 4 to 5 hours because I need to prepare the everything, starting from my dress, grooming and my hair, everything. It took around it was around 9 to 10 that I got back home, and I called him that I need interview as soon as possible. And thanks to him that he scheduled scheduled the interview at the moment. So I was not expecting that he will give me an interview at the moment because he's also busy in his he's also busy in his work. But he scheduled my interview, and I'm very much thankful to him that he scheduled my interview and told me where I was lacking. I was prepared, but I was not well uniformed that time because there was situation was chaotic, and I was little nervous on that time. So he told me that you should keep your you should be happy, you should be keep a smiling face. You don't need to take an anxiety. Everything that you have done will come over there, and you just need to answer it calmly. So that helped me to remain calm in that situation. I was pretty much able to answer all my questions calmly and with a smiley face.
Yeah, it was a feedback that you have quickly given because, as you have said, it was a chaotic moment. And in the meanwhile, the evening when he was in the market, you're calling us, sir, please do the resume review so that I can do my corrections in it. Please do it. So at that time also, Yash has called me, Aditya, please do that resume review. Adarsh is asking, he is instantly got an interview date. Yeah, he know that. And I have.
So it was fun.
Yeah, we have also saw that the tense and the anxiety on your face. Like tomorrow is your exam and everything has been so chaotic that you are thinking, what we need to do right now. So, sir, ask me all the questions that can be figured out from my resume. And it's being good. And the very first thing that I have... Yeah.
I just took my notebook and told you to ask me everything that you can think of from this resume. And I started each and every point that you were mentioning. I told you, wait, I need 2 minutes. I need to prepare this note, the question that you are asking me. And I started preparing for everything that you asked me. I noted it first. And after the interview was finished, I was preparing for that topics. Yeah. That helped me a lot.
That was one thing. And let us know, after the session, what you have did. Like you have said, only 10 minutes you have sleep and you have traveled and moving 13 hours. It is full of child and it's being very tired. Yeah.
So, if I think of the situation, it is quite funny. And I will remember it for my lifetime, my first interview of TCS interview. After our interview, okay, I have my board here. So I noted all the topics that I need to prepare. I have already checked both that I have done, and there were some topics pending that I need to cover. Okay, so my strategy was to first complete the check boxes. I first completed my check boxes. It took me around 2 to 3 hours. I have checked all the check boxes. Then I thought that I should get some sleep, but I know that this sleep wouldn't come. So I just rested. I slept at 3 a.m. in the morning. I set an alarm for 3:30 a.m. So I just need a half-hour break. I turned off my lights and I just laid down to get some rest. Okay, but sleep did not come. I just laid down there for 15 minutes and I said, okay, that is it. You need to get up. I get up at the same time. Now I have covered all the check boxes. I started revising it again. I started revising all the things that were out of technical questions. Now you are prepared for technical things. You are not prepared for the HR questions or other things that you could ask that could come out of nowhere. I started preparing for that section. if I'm giving interview, the only term I mentioned, the term that I mentioned, one of term that I mentioned in my resume was, in my project session, was authentication. Now, you don't know what's going in the head of the TR and MR. So, MR does know what, he knew the term, what is two-factor authentication. He just related to that single term, and he knew only about two-factor authentication. He asked me that question. You do not know what is going in their head and what do they know. So prepare for the question that is coming out of nowhere. Like technical question, TR question, you will know. You will know, you will see the pattern. ठीक है, आपको समझ आ जाएगा ये. But the question will come. जितने भी मेरे friends है, everyone faced this situation that they got a question out of nowhere. You need to keep yourself calm at that time, and you need to prepare for that question. So remain calm and prepare for the questions that one thing you can do is, I asked my friend 2 days back before the interview, not before the interview, on the same day, before the day of the interview, that I will send you all the list of the questions that an interviewer can ask, that I have found out the pattern. I gave him some questions I have sent him on WhatsApp. He is my roommate, and I told him, anytime you meet me, just come randomly to me, ask any question to me. But I was not able to do it because I had no time. It did happen, I told him that thing, and my interview was scheduled, because I was not able to do it. But you can do this thing. You can ask anyone, your close friend or anyone from your family, that I am sending you some question. Just come and ask to me randomly. You will get prepared to answer it at any time. Your interview will not be so much of chaotic if something he asked out of the pattern. So yes, you could do this one thing also.
And also one thing that I want to add up from your experience and the experience that I have listened from many, whatever hobbies, strengths, weakness you are putting in, you should be able to know about it as the muscle.
Yes, that played an important role. Yeah, it is yes, you are telling it absolutely correct. This is you should focus on this part. आप कुछ mention कर रहे हो, you are doing from 2 to 3 years the same thing. It is your hobby. Hobby is you are pursuing it from a few years, right? And you should well verse about it. If you are speaking about it, one more question. I also mentioned cricket in my resume, in my hobbies. And he asked me what was your favorite match. Then I told the 2007 India versus Pakistan final T20 World Cup. So he told me that, were you able to recall that? You were so small at that time. I was just 6 years. But yes, I told him that I was interested in cricket from a very young age. I started playing cricket and I played state level cricket at that time. So yes, you should prepare about your hobbies. That is the important topic you should do.
Yeah, that would be the great ad, whatever you are telling it. Because I have saw many who had told my favorite hobby is reading books. They have directly asked what books you have read recently. What was the quotation that you want to add? What you have learned from it. Got pissed off because he was not able. You just said to impress the interviewer. You don't need to do that. You just need honest. Do you think it? Others being honest would be the great policy?
Yeah, be honest. Be honest and be calm. My interview was scheduled from my college. My interview was scheduled so early before all the students that took the interview. And every friend that that called me and asked me about my experience, I just told them the one thing: remain calm and answer the questions. Even if you don't know, just remain calm. If they like your confidence, even if you don't answer 1 to 2 questions, they will consider you. So just remain calm, be confident in yourself, and it is okay. No one knows all the things. You can miss out on that part, and it's completely normal. But if you started reacting on it and you panicked at that moment, they will catch it. They will catch it that he is panicking, he is not confident about it. So it is okay not to answer 1 to 2 questions, but you should be confident and you should know that every human does not know all the things. You should you can leave some part, you can you could not know some part, and it's okay. If you have that confidence in you, you will crack it definitely.
Oh, okay. It was a great ideology that you have suggested to us. So, Adarsh, now you have been like your offer letter will come very soon in July or it may be in August. So,
Yes, I have received. Okay, I forgot to tell you. I have received my offer letter in the afternoon.
okay, so today afternoon you have received. Okay, okay. So it was. So now you are being a full time employee. That the joining date would come very soon. But now you have been as an employee. Your 4 years of engineering has been over. Now the aspirants of 2025 batch who are preparing. Many of the colleges were not giving placement, but TCS is one of the aspiration. Okay, no one will come, but TCS I will give. So what would be your quick feedback to those what they need to study, how they can motivate themselves? Because there are like nowadays, like from our batches, the company was just going out, not coming in the college, recession is hitting us. But for this, like if it happens, if you're and we have also see the condition like we are not able to get placed even though we know everything. Is it? So all this thing that you want to guide a student who is junior to you, watching to you, how they can crack it.
Okay. I'll tell you one thing that I was preparing from 2 years and I was continuously applying for all the positions that I could get on LinkedIn. But I was not getting shortlisted at any, and our college company did not came this year due to recession or other factors. I don't know. My branch was electronics and telecommunications. So most of the companies were attending only CS and IT students. They were not coming for us. The situation was very chaotic. Like whole final year, just 2 companies came to our college for the developer role, and I have prepared for it. I got shortlisted in one company. Then that company did not took our exam. In second company, I wrote all the code. They gave me to create a page. I wrote all the code. I was giving my exam in college, and the college Wi-Fi went off, and my whole code got erased in the last 5 minutes. So only 2 companies did came to my college, and this is the situation. Like this was the thing that happened with them. So I was preparing from past 2 years, and I was like applying to many things, but still I could not get into any. Like the code will give you when he wants. You just need to like continuously keep doing it until he chooses you to give that thing. Yes, I may sound like a little bit like a Virat Kohli, but yes, it is what it is.
Yeah, definitely. And
One more thing that I would like to add. After our mock interview, the sent me some question that prepare this question. This is going to be like this is asked in many interviews. Prepare for this situation. I wrote a message. I told him I will prepare for the worst, and he told me, okay, just keep this attitude in you, and you'll crack it. So yes, that helped me. Keep your attitude, be confident, be calm, and keep a smiling face. So I would like that it is not the end. TCS is not the end. Not any exam is not the end. Like you just need to keep doing same thing, and you will get master at it. And many companies will come to you. You don't need to go to them. Will come to you to offer some things, offer great things in life. So just don't be sad. Like many students, I will say many students give interviews in so much good way, and they have put all the efforts, but they did not get selected. I will tell to them that it is not the end. So many good things are waiting for you to come in your life. Don't be upset about it. Like something bigger is written. Okay, you have prepared it and that's enough. The results are not in our hands. I read some quote few days back. I would mention it like the best thing you can do is at least be deserving of it.
yeah,
The results are not your hand, but the only thing you can do is like at least be deserving of it. So yes, that's I would say implement that in your life, and you will not worry about results anymore.
okay, great. So Adarsh, like few quick sentence over the topics, like the subjects that you will recommend by yourself, by seeing your friends' experience, by learning from here and there. What would be the subjects you should at least do before sitting in the interview?
Okay. SQL, DML, DDL questions, and views, create views question on based on views and triggers. This is from SQL. Talking about DBMS, talking about hoops, you need to do that 4 pillars of hoop, and you need to give them a real life example of it, the 4 pillars of the hoops and where it is asked. and you also need to prepare the syntax for it. Also, prepare for the in DBMS part. Prepare for the normalization for 1NF, 2NF, 3NF, 4NF, NF. Prepare for these topics. Prepare the terms. What are composite key, candidate key, primary key, and see the definition. It is easy to understand. Nothing is difficult. Grasp that topic. Pick your one language that is like basic language, C++ or Java, or anything that you like to go with, like Python. Do the terms. Prepare on the terms. What terms are asked, see the questions, previous year question, that what terms are asked in the interview from particular language. Prepare for that terms. Just know the definition and that is enough. If you want to go deep, you can, but for the time, if don't have time, just prepare for all the definitions. And prepare, and while mentioning about the project, you prepare, if you did not completely made the project by yourself, don't tell them that I have made my project by my own. Like, write a project that you have mentioned and just mention the topics you knew about the project, then you are confident on. Mentioned only that points, and if you get asked, then you can tell it easily. Yes, these are my tips, and just be confident. That's it.
Okay, that would be a very great tip from our upcoming TCS employee. So, okay. So nice to know, Adarsh, about everything that you have guided to the people who is watching you. And I would highly recommend to the viewers, Adarsh is most likely to help everyone if he is free, if he is not in jail.
Yes. I will mention my LinkedIn and Instagram in the description.
Yeah,
Please go and check out there, and you can connect me over there. Yeah, I would like link to help you out.
Yeah, as I have also figured it out from him, he is very helpful guy. You can just reach out to him, annoy him like anything, like his pics. Okay,
You can definitely do that. Yeah.
And ask him if you are very enthusiastic about your gym conditions. He can also guide you because he also told the answer in the interview which muscle it is. So it might be he have a good knowledge about the muscles and how you can train it. So you can talk to him about this. And if you have any issues, you can ask in the comment section too. Adarsh would be active. He can let you know the solution.
Since you can ask any doubts regarding the interview and the procedure in the comment section, I would definitely love to answer them all. Yeah.
But basically, I would highly recommend you to please go and tease him in their DMs. I guess others, your DMs will be open for all of them.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
I'm waiting for your messages and comments. Please come.
Yeah, definitely. You can go and ask about his cheat sheet that he has created, his checkbox, the patterns that you want to ask him, the things that you want to know. If you are not able to sleep in the night, you can ask him because he have good level of experience. How you can sleep for less and act more.
Yeah.
So
I carried. Let me talk about I carried 1 to 2 packets of biscuits with me and water with me because I knew this situation would come up. So I carried in my bag because I could take it out and eat it anywhere. So while the people were going for the interview, being awake for the whole night, I was extremely hungry. So I just removed that packet of biscuit and I just started eating with water. Took biscuit, took water, and I was now in good condition to prepare and to go to the interview. So be prepared for the worst. I will tell the be prepare for the worst. Carry all the things that you need to the interview. You carry food, carry your water bottle, carry all the documents in a good manner. Be well groomed. Where your appearance should be appealing. You should be dressing very neatly and tidily. That will help to create an impression on the interviewer. That yes, you can also exercise and make a good physique. That also helps the interviewer to catch your eye, they catch an eye on you. So yes, I would tell you to do all the things that you can do.
Okay, others, few quick questions that I usually get. I will ask you. Okay, it will be a less headache. So, what you have wear? Is that a formal or is that what you have wear and what you will recommend to wear?
Talking about, I have wore a white full shirt, and a black pants. Make sure that you belt your pants, and I wear the black trouser, white shirt. Also, I have took the watch with me. Okay, so I kept my watch in my wrist I was like well groomed at that time, and like I was no like I have dressed before formally, so I know how I was gonna look in it. Stay confident in, even if the dressing is not suppose the condition that came up with me, that it was very chaotic. Like it took around 10 hours for me to go to the interview. Till that you will be all like your clothes will be out. Maybe it can get dirty. Your your hairs wouldn't be tidy at that time. Just make sure that you carry your all the things that needs for grooming with you. I carried my everything from comb to deodorant. I carried everything with me. Yes, and at the last moment when I was caught, did all the things. I did comb my hairs. I applied the deodorant, so I could address them properly. And the physics should be appealing. So I did all the things that I could do in my favor. Yes, that is it.
Okay, so overview of your description would be just have a good attire. Try to have formals with you, even though girls also. So, very last question that I want to ask you is how many people were sitting in that hall?
So, it were around 100 to 150 students.
And till if your friend was sitting there, till how much time they have took the interviews?
They were everyone's situation was different. Some were sitting around 1 to 2 hours at the same plate, and some were just coming in a half an hour. Totally depends on the situation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was asking them. I also asked some primary students that how did your interview went? How did the questions are being asked? Yes. Try to get all the information you could get. Try to be well versed with your environment that you are in. That will definitely give you an edge. Be well informed about your environment. Be well informed about what is being asked. Just ask students. Don't be shy or don't afraid to ask anything. Everyone is gonna help you. Just ask for help and you'll get the help and use that information in your favor.
Yeah, that's why I'm telling you, go and hit his LinkedIn and ask him that you want to ask. Okay, so every link that you need to contact. Others, should I give your number also?
Sorry. But no, I did not take your number. You can connect me over LinkedIn and my Instagram.
Yeah. I know the joke. Okay? So you can go to its LinkedIn. It might be he will give you the number if he likes you.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So this podcast is all around the digital role, and we have covered all the aspects, all the things that you should know. And from others, all the experience, the real-time experience of offline interviews, and anything else that you want to add, others, just like a wind-up message.
Wind-up message, I would not be particular about TCS Institute exam. Overall, I will give you a little suggestion on life.
Yeah, sure.
Keep struggling, keep hustling. You don't need to worry about the results. You don't need to worry about anyone else. Keep doing your things. Focus on yourself. Stay focused. Give priority to yourself, and you will make it work one day.
Okay. So this was a very valuable intake by our Adarsh, and we'll meet you with a new podcast soon who have generally get into the TCS, having cracked these types of roles. So we'll meet you with a new video very soon.
Yeah, thank you everyone.